I investigated the dark system for 30 days, and here's what I found. I discovered what the dark system really is, how many types there are, how they attack you, which country has the most dark system players when they're usually online, and the best tips to stay safe from the dark systems. I'll break it all down in detail, so stay tuned and keep watching. So first, let's understand how many types of dark systems there are. There are 3 types of dark systems. 1. Normal dark systems. These are the most basic ones. They know how the game works, like destroying turrets, securing objectives, and so on. But their skill level is very low. Their win rate usually stays below 40 to 50%. If you're suspicious someone's a part of this, just check their win rate and MVP rate. It usually tells you enough. Second, occasional dark systems. These players play the game occasionally. They don't care much about winning or losing, and their skills reflect that. They don't usually trash talk, but when they do, they might even throw the game. Most of the time, these players are students, job holders, or unemployed folks who play just for fun. No pressure, no seriousness. 3. Full dark systems. Now these are the real troublemakers. They're very common in games, and if you find one on your team, you'll probably lose. They have huge egos, trash talk constantly, and become extremely toxic when losing. They're angry, unsupportive, and often ruin the match. While playing, I noticed that these players talk more than they play and lose the game for no reason. They usually have hundreds or even thousands of matches in a single season. That's why they seem normal at first, but they're far from it. In short, dark systems are the result of unfair matchmaking. Even if the matchmaking seems fair, these players usually need someone to carry them. Otherwise, they'll lose. They have no map sense, no game awareness, and can't properly play any role. They just log in and run around the map aimlessly. Typical signs of a dark system include taking their own buffs, feeding trash, talking trolling. Dark systems are everywhere in the world, but some countries have way more than others. Sometimes when you start a game, just know you're going to end up with a dark system player on your team. Let's start with my own country's dark systems. Guys, I'm trying to reach Mythic 40, not 400 stars, just 40. But for the past 10 days, I've been stuck at 30 stars, and now I'm back down to 27. And if you're thinking, show us your match history, all right, here it is. Yes, sometimes my network lags, but even then, I'm still doing my best to carry the game. I'm not saying I carry every game solo, but when the tank doesn't help, the enemy steals my buffs and invades the jungle freely. I even talked about that Saber user in a previous video. He never once rotated to my lane. Now let's talk about the countries with the most dark systems, starting with India and the Philippines. No offense, but these aren't just dark systems. They're the fathers of dark systems. I watched one of Eugen Kuhn's videos, and even in his games, players were trash talking and feeding, just like on our servers. He's a Masha main with a 60 to 70% win rate, which is honestly impressive. But even he struggles with these players. When watching his videos, I felt like I'm facing the problem, and my blood boils. And let's not even get started on Indian server dark systems. If you're from India, you'll know these slangs all too well. They're normal to you now. Same with Filipino slangs. I didn't even know what they meant. They're basically the favorite vocabulary of dark system players. These players don't care about strategy, winning, or teamwork. They just want to troll. I don't know much about other countries, but from what I've seen, the USA, Bhutan, and Indonesia might not have as many dark system players. If I missed your country, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experience with dark systems from around the world. I was really curious about the playtime patterns of dark system players, so I ran a little experiment. I played games at different times throughout the day. In the morning at 6 a.m., after breakfast around 9:30 to 10 a.m., during lunch at 2 p.m., in the evening at 5 p.m., and finally late at night around 12 a.m. Comment below if you play during any of these time slots. I want to know how your experience compares. In the morning at 6 a.m., everything was great. I was winning every match. No trolls, no feeders, just smooth, competitive games. I got hyped, charged my phone, and got ready for a full day of ranked grind. After breakfast at 9:30 a.m., I jumped back in. At first it was going well, then suddenly, chaos. I noticed the teams were full of dark systems. Despite losing, I kept playing, even as my stars started dropping. But here's the surprising part. After 11 a.m., the losing streak stopped. Matches became normal again, players were solid, and I was winning. Then came 3 p.m., and things started to slip again. Some players were feeding, others trash-talking. I didn't lose too many stars, just 1 or 2, because I had a solid winning streak before that. So it was fine. But then came the final battle, 5:30 p.m. to midnight. I wasn't ready for what happened next. By 12 a.m., the dark systems were out in full force. People were building fighter items on tanks, throwing games, trash-talking. Minions were ending the game while players stood around doing nothing. The chaos was real. I know some people even play until 1 to 3 a.m., which honestly feels abnormal to me. Now, if you look at the graph I created, here's what I discovered. 6 a.m. was the best time. Only serious rank pushers were online. At 9:30 a.m., things went downhill. Kids and college students were still at home, just chilling and playing without focus. After they left between 12 and 3 p.m., good players came back. I started winning again. Around 5:30 p.m., it got messy. Homework done, parents back from work, and the occasional players jumped in. Then at midnight, it was full-on dark system mode. I lost so many games it felt like I was cursed. So now it's your turn to decide, when is the best time to play? For me, it's early morning at 6 a.m., and again from 12 to 3 p.m. If you hate dealing with dark systems, then play safe and avoid playing after 12 p.m. So how can you stay safe from the dark systems? I mean, how do you actually avoid them? Should you play at specific times? Queue as a duo or trio? Enter the draft last? Pray to the gods? Nope, you can't completely avoid the dark system. It's designed to make you lose stars. MLBB tries really hard with unfair matchmaking, weird duos and trios, and worst of all, it targets solo rankers. Solo players are usually the most serious about climbing, so they get hit the hardest. I'm a solo player too, and here are the 3 things I do to avoid dark systems as much as possible. 1. Ban smart and pick. Last dark system players always go for troll picks, so I ban heroes like Beleric, Hylos, and Franco, because these guys love to set traps and then just run into them. I always try to last pick my hero too. That way I can counter the enemy and protect the team, since I'm usually the one carrying. 2. Focus on itemization and gold lane. In solo rank, item knowledge equals power. Learn how to build proper counter items and you'll win way more games. Also, the gold lane is super important, especially since most marksmen in solo queue are complete noobs. Protect them early or they'll end up feeding 10 times. 3. Control the Lord and Turtle. The Turtle and Lord give huge gold, XP, and even shields, so always secure them when you can. When the Lord marches down a lane with big minions, it's your best chance to end fast. Remember, not every match is winnable, so don't get frustrated. If you lose, focus on playing better in the next game. By the way, this isn't even my main account. Moonton deleted my main, and I was already mythical immortal there. In the next season, I'm aiming for 200 stars on this account. So drop your in-game name in the comments and maybe we can push 5-man rank together. Thanks for watching and make sure to check out my other videos too. Have fun and stay safe from the dark systems. 2 thumbs up.